Hello YouTubers, today I'm doing an unboxing video of the CallDigit TS3 Plus docking station, which is Thunderbolt 3 capable, and they are also called USB hubs. And this type of device is able to connect up to 15 other devices, 15 ports, as you can see here. It also includes a built-in memory card reader at high speed, which is denoted as UHS. So let's get to the unboxing. I got this unit for $219, and I wouldn't know what the prices are when it first came out. If I'm not mistaken, some 2 years back or so on. Currently, I am using PC. I do not have a MacBook computer as of now. So just in case that if you are wondering the compatibility with MacBooks, but as far as I know, on other video reviews, it shouldn't have any problems connecting to a Mac computer. But like in my specific case, I use PC and Windows operating system, and I also have on some other PCs Linux, Ubuntu, and other types of Linux distributions out there. Well, as you saw, these are like the unboxing items that come with the dock. These are some sort of cushion beads. If you want to stand if you want to place it vertical or laying down, if I'm not mistaken. So it's like gripping beads, so it doesn't slide away. This is part of the powering cable, and if I'm not mistaken, it comes with a power supply of 85 watts. Here you can see a CallDigit branded Thunderbolt 3 cable, which I may not use completely because I already have a Thunderbolt 3 cable connected to the ThinkPad Generation 2 Thunderbolt 3 docking station that I use for my ThinkPad. So it may not be necessary to use this cable since I am going to be sending back this unit. This is the actual power supply, and it is also CallDigit branded. This I do definitely have to use because it is proprietary from CallDigit to be able to connect this dock. And I'll tell you right now, like the exact watts, and it says here, I mean, I'm not able to read it right off the top of the description, but if I am not mistaken, it should be 85 watts. So it reads here DC output 20 volts, 9 amps, and AC input 100 to 240, 2.3, but it should be 85 watts, the power supply unit. So it should be able to connect devices and at the same time be able to charge your computer, provided that it's not a mobile workstation, which definitely requires more power to function. Otherwise, it may still charge your computer, but at a slow rate, and it might slow down the CPU performance as well. So here's the device itself. Nothing else comes in this box, as you can see here. I'm gonna put the box back, and it has some sort of outlines and instructions on how to go about the connection. So I'm gonna put the box away, and I'm gonna close it neatly. What else does it say? So this is what the box looks like, all the sides. It gives brief specifications here as well as description. Yes, it is the power delivery supply is 85 watts, and that's what I was looking for initially. And the display port, this is the resolution of to 4K 60 Hertz, and these are all the other ports that it has, and we're gonna go over them. So let me go ahead. So here I'm gonna go ahead and open the box and peel this plastic wrap around it. I want to peel it neatly since I'm gonna be sending back the unit. So I guess there's no like easy way of doing this because in some cases you can't wrap the paper back for whatever the reason it is. It's just the way that they package many electronic items. They are like meant to be disposable once you depackage them. And so I guess you return the merchandise. So here's the wrap. So let's go, we're gonna go over the ports. So this is what the device looks like, and I wish I had something to compare it with. Well, how about this handspring visor Palm Pilot, so that you can have an idea the size. Back then, many of you had, Palm Pilot visors and handspring visors, but you can have an idea of what the size of the device is. Size of compared to a watch. This is a 44 millimeter diameter. Okay, so let me put this back, the Palm Pilot. And so let's go over the ports. We're gonna go over the front of the device. Let me get a little bit closer there. So the front of the device has an SD card reader. The SD card is high-speed UHS-2, the SD card slot. Over here, this input. This input here is for in audio, and record. This is for record. So this is for in, out. This is a USB-C port. It is not Thunderbolt 3 capable, and the speed of this port here is USB-C is a 3.1 generation 1, and it should be it should have data speeds in that range of capability. If I'm not mistaken, is 5 gigabits per second. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's 5 gigabits, 5 bps, and so is this one as well. This is a USB-A generation 1, also 3.1. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn it around, and yes, they are 5 gigabits per second, as you can see there. So I'm gonna turn it around, and here on in the back, one thing that I'm gonna tell you that I noticed was when I was opening the device, and now I noticed that it only has a display port out, and on my Lenovo ThinkPad dock that you can see there, it usually has room for HDMI and display port twice, and another set of HDMI plus display port twice as well. So in a way, it has that ThinkPad docking station has more ports than this one to connect the TVs. But either way, what I did was that I went to get a display port, and I exchanged it with the HDMI cable that I had there. I went to get a display port cable, my mistake, and I went ahead and I'm about to plug it in there. So what else? So this is a display port. This is the power, the power supply input. This is a the gigabit internet. This is for audio, if I'm not mistaken, digital optical audio. Here's another USB-C port, but this one, instead of being 5 gigabits, such as the one in the front, this one is twice as fast. This is 10 gigabits per second. And then the rest of these ports are USB, as you can see there, regular USB-A ports. You have another USB-C, but it's also Thunderbolt. And then you have the main Thunderbolt 3 port that is supposed to connect to the computer. So this will be for the host computer, and from here is where it's gonna synchronize all that data to your monitors and 4K displays and you name it, keyboards, mouse, all that. The second USB Thunderbolt 3 port, I would assume, is to do some sort of daisy chain. I would expect, connecting to take advantage of this other port. I would expect, like, if you could connect an eGPU and an external graphics card here. And I would think that it would cause some sort of bottleneck, having all these devices already in chain connected, and then on top of that adding an eGPU. But that's what I would assume it's meant for. So as far as the connections, it got you covered with so many ports out there. I mean, you name it, you can connect your monitor here, keyboard on this USB, your mouse. In my case, I have a scanner. I can connect the scanner and this other USB. And then in the front, if I want to read my cards when I'm doing video editing, I can use this card slot here. Alternatively, since I have a ThinkPad 470S that it faces forward, I also have a memory card reader right here. As you can see, I'm gonna pull the memory card out of there. And as you can see, I also have a memory card reader there, but now it's not gonna be necessary to use that memory card reader. If I decide to keep this device, I can just use this one. And it has a nice click feel to it. Just listen to it. So it tells you when it's locked all the way in and when you pull it out. Now, similar to what the ThinkPad mechanism has, a very similar audible tactile feeling. So now I'm gonna go ahead and connect the devices. So the first thing I'm gonna do is, the final part of the unboxing review is gonna be to disconnect all devices connected to the ThinkPad Thunderbolt 3 docking station that I have here, Ultra, and replace it with the CallDigit docking station. So I'm gonna do just that. As you can see, I have the power cable here, the power supply. My apologies. I have the power supply here, and I have everything set up. So I'm gonna go ahead and connect it, and so we can finish the unboxing review. So here we are, YouTubers. We are done with the connections, and honestly, I mean, it only took like a few seconds, and it automatically detected almost everything. I have connected to the port my ThinkVision monitor, P24P, if I'm not mistaken. There's also connected a scanner, my Fujitsu scanner, Logitech keyboard and mouse, and everything pretty much has been detected. As you saw in the at the beginning of the review, I did insert a memory card here, and the memory card is inserted into the port, and it automatically recognized the memory card as well. Now, since this is only meant for unboxing purposes, I am not going to be doing any speed test reviews of the memory card or anything like that. So I'm gonna limit my review only to unboxing purposes. But as you can see here, it automatically detected the memory card, and I'm not going to bother to do any transfer speeds or anything like that. I might do it in a later video, but the purpose of the video is to do an unbox review, and that's pretty much it. Now, in order to connect it, as you saw in the time lapse, in order to connect it, I had to first disconnect my ThinkPad docking station. And this is the one this is my daily driver pretty much of my desktop setup, and this is what I have. And again, what I like about this one is that it has a proprietary power cable, and I did notice that the CallDigit doesn't have such a thing. But I think that in order for it to have some sort of power button that would initiate a startup, it would prompt the computer to start up, you would need some sort of a controller, and all the other vendors would have to be, they would have to be involved, including Intel. And I would assume that this feature would have to be supported by multiple devices out there, multiple laptop computers or devices that you are connecting to this device. But I mean, besides the great amounts of ports that it has and all the features that this docking station has, that's about the only feature that I could outline there that is missing. Some sort of power button that would allow for any type of computer, whether if it's running, it doesn't matter the operating system, because it would have to be at the controller level to just power on. Because many of these laptop computers, unfortunately, they don't have a button on the side. Some new generations of laptop computers do have a button, such as the ThinkPad X1 Carbon, if I'm not mistaken, but not every single one of them. So you will be lucky if you do have a laptop that has a power button on the side. Otherwise, the type of setup that I have here, I would have to first open the computer and then put it back on this, on this rack. And that is, cumbersome. I don't recommend that to anyone. So I didn't turn it on from scratch, so from the beginning, because I already had the computer turned on. But I know for sure that if I power the computer down, the computer is not going to turn back on unless I undock it from this, this thing here, and turn it on and then close the lid again and put it back on my rack. Otherwise, it won't work. Now, with this other dock, proprietary from Lenovo, I don't have to worry about that because I have a power button here. It doesn't matter if the laptop has or doesn't have a power button. I can always turn it on. I can always turn it on from there. So, but this is a great device. If you're looking out there for, a docking station that is Thunderbolt 3 enabled and that it has built-in memory cards, I mean, what else can you want? And you can take advantage of almost all the ports that it has there, provided that it is for you. Now, if it's not for you, if it's not meant for you, for whatever the other reasons it may be the fact that your some USB ports in the back have power on mode and you have difficulty, let's say, for instance, when the computer turns off, your spinning hard drive stays on, or other devices, and you would want them to turn off completely, then this may not be the docking station for you. From what I understand, some of those USB ports in the back are power enabled, others are not. Now, there may be a reason or a purpose why you are getting this. You want to get a dock like this, but you have an idea now of the amounts of ports that it has, the type of connections that I'm able to connect it. And by the way, the computer I'm connecting it to is a ThinkPad T470S. It's about 4 years old, and pretty soon I'm going to be getting a ThinkPad X1 Extreme Generation 3. And I'm also going to be testing the same dock using that other computer, which is a mobile workstation, as compared to this type of computer that it is considered an Ultrabook. So I really want to thank you. I really want to thank you again, guys, for watching my videos and my reviews. And if you do like my videos, hit a like and subscribe. Thank you.